Hello, my dear friend, my book club fans. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. I welcome you to this session that I'll be reading from Soul, Mind, Body, Science, System, Grand Unification Theory, and the Practice for Healing, Rejuvenation, Longevity, and Immortality by Dr. Master Zhigang Shah and Dr. Rulin Xiu. I have already started it. I'm on a page 72. But to recap about what this book is all about, I would read this part, the slips part about what this book is all about, and then about who are these two doctors are that who wrote this, collaborated on writing this book. Okay, so sit up and put your seatbelt on. Okay, thank you. So I start by saying with a few good questions. What is the soul? Are miracles real? When the soul is healed, how does the body respond? These are the questions. Throughout history, there have been countless cases of miracle healings unexplainable by modern science. Dr. and Master Zhigang Shah has personally healed thousands of patients, usually in front of dozens of witnesses. Hundreds of these videos of this teaching can be seen on the YouTube. But how can this healing be explained? Soul, Mind, Body, Science System is the first book to explore the scientific explanation for why soul healing miracles are genuine. Written with Dr. Rulin Xiu, an expert on string theory and a quantum physicist who trained at the University of California, Berkeley. Dr. Shah shares for the first time the scientific theory that explains why all actions on Earth are guided by the reality of the soul. In Soul, Mind, Body Science System, the complex and the fascinating relationships presents between matter, density, information, soul, and the consciousness are truly examined. Written for armchair and the professional scientists alike, this book makes a significant contribution to the ongoing debate about the nature of reality. As the lines between science and the spirit blur, this investigation becomes even more important. The groundbreaking Soul, Mind, Body Science System is for all readers who have contemplated the fundamental scientific laws of the universe and sought answers beyond those offered by the popular science and the mainstream faith. Now I will read on the back side about who Master Shah is. Dr. Master Zhigang Shah is a soul reader, a world-renowned master healer, and a divine servant. He is the creator of Soul, Mind, Body medicine. He was trained as a conventional medical doctor in China and a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine in Canada and China. The founder of Institute of Soul Healing and Enlightenment and the Love, Peace, Harmony movement. Master Shah is a Grand Master of many ancient disciplines, including Qigong, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Feng Shui, and I Ching. Master Shah is also an expert in most advanced cellular healing science now occurring in China. In the West, is involved in breakthrough research on the effect of spirit on the human system. Master Sha was named Qigong Master of the Year at the 5th World Congress on Qigong. In 2006, he was honored with the prestigious Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission Award for his humanitarian efforts. And this is Master Sha, Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha. Dr. Rulin Xiu, a theoretical physicist working on a string theory and a grand unification theory, was inspired by Master Sha to mathematically formulate soul, mind, heart, and consciousness using physics, and to create a grand unification theory to unify them with physical existence. She is also an entrepreneur, herbalist, singer, healer, and author. As a student of Dr. Sha, Dr. Xiu devotes her life to seeking the ultimate truth. And this is her picture, Dr. Rulin Xiu. And I already read the Dao Science book, which is, it came later than this, but I read this one first, and now I'm continuing on the other one. So I started it, and I think I'm on the chapter 3, I believe. I'm on chapter 3. And I would repeat, part of it because I left it out because I did not have time to finish it. And Master Sha is teaching about the forgiveness practice, and they're using the 4 power techniques: body power, soul power, mind power, and sound power. So I stopped at the sound power to do the forgiveness practice, or to do any of things for healing our body, rejuvenation, longevity, for relationships, finances, for anything. So these 4 techniques is being used over and over and over. So if you want to see if the pear is sweet, you need to taste it. So I would continue reading from this sound power. Sound power is to chant healing mantras. Mantras are sacred sounds created by spiritual leaders, the divine and Tao. They are chanting repeatedly. There are countless healing mantras. I have shared some of the most powerful mantras in history in my previous books, such as Wang Gar Hong, Wang Mama Hong, and Dabe Zhou. I have received powerful new mantras for the soul and light era and beyond from the divine and Tao, such as love, peace, harmony, God gives his heart to me, and sacred Tao songs mantra for healing the spiritual, mental, emotional, physical bodies. The one sentence secrets of sound power is: what you chant is what you become. He continued and writes, I am within the Tao, the divine heaven, and the Tao leaders all above my head. They are creators because Tao is a creator. I can simply ask Tao for a new mantra. Tao can create any mantra Tao wishes to create. To flow this book, one must have confidence and totally remove doubt and fear that can lead to questioning. How will I get the content? How will I get the mantras? The contents, mantras, secret, wisdom, knowledge, and practical techniques are all within the Jindan, which means golden light. On Mother Earth, we have physical library and database. The largest libraries and databases have many books and a huge amount of information. Did you know there is a heaven library? There is a heaven database. To read physical book is important. To read heaven's book is vital. What we are flowing now is a heaven's book. In this book, it came from heaven database. We are bringing heaven's and sacred wisdom, knowledge, and practical techniques to humanity. This sacred wisdom, knowledge, and these practical techniques will help humanity create soul healing miracles. They will help humanity create a love, peace, harmony world family. They will help create a love, peace, harmony for countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. Open your spiritual channels. Purify your soul, heart, mind, and body further. If you have not reached a high level of purity and demonstrate a high level of commitment to serve humanity and all souls, the doors of the library, Heaven's library, will be closed to you. The passcode to Heaven's database will not be given to you. In our teaching, there are countless secrets. There is endless wisdom. There is unlimited power in all layers of heaven. We emphasize again that all of the countless layers of heaven are still only the you world or existent world. Where was I? This book is to share with readers and scientists, all kinds of professionals, and all humanity that we need to be aware of Wu world secrets, wisdom, knowledge, and practical techniques. In this book, we bring you Yu world and the Wu world. Wu is W-U. Yu world is the Y-O-U. World secrets, wisdom, knowledge, and practical techniques to transform all life of humanity and all souls in countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. In particular, we will share a powerful source Bhagavad mantra in this book. Throughout history, three major secrets have led healing, spiritual practice, and transformation of all life. Shenmi, Komi, Yimi. Shen means, in this instance, means Shen, S-H-E-N, Mi, M-I, means body secret. Soul, mind, body medicine and soul, mind, body science system teach body power, Shen Mi. The body power techniques are the same thing. Ko means is the mouth chanting. To chant a sacred healing mantra that carries Shen Qi Jing of sense, the divine, the Tao, or heaven. Soul Mind Body medicine and the Soul Mind Body science system teach sound power, Ko Mi, K-O-U, Me, secret, M-I. And the sound power techniques are the same thing. E means why, I means thinking. Me, I means secret. Soul, mind, body medicine and the soul, mind, body science system teach mind power. They are the same thing as the one that we had mentioned before. To apply any of these secrets is powerful, but there is an ancient secret phrase that guides the highest practice. San mi hoi. That means three secrets join as one. This teaches us that all three secret teaching techniques, body power, sound power, mind power, together when we do spiritual practices is beyond join as one, and it is beyond powerful. More than 10 years ago, the Divine and the Tao guided me, means Master Sha, to emphasize one more secret sacred technique. This fourth technique, which has not been emphasized enough in history, is the Ling Ming. Ling means soul, soul secret. Ling Ming and the soul power techniques are the same. Soul power techniques include say hello to inner souls and to say hello to other souls. Now I'm delighted to lead you to do forgiveness practice by applying the four power techniques. Forgiveness practice could remove soul, mind, body blockages of all life. Forgiveness practice could create soul healing miracles beyond comprehension. A few years ago, I was teaching in Tucson, Arizona. Sandy Zhang and Cynthia DeBro, Shania Burton, and a few others were with me in my workshop. A reverend, a senior gentleman, was in the audience. He stood up and they shared a few words with everyone, holding up my book, The Power of Soul. He said, I have literally read more than 1,000 spiritual books in my life. Master Sha's book, The Power of Soul, has given me many aha moments, especially with his one-sentence secrets. In studying more than 1,000 other spiritual books, I never figured out the one-sentence secret. Master Sha's one-sentence secret in this book are invaluable. He was deeply appreciative. His speech touched all participants' hearts. How do I know one secret? Remember, there is a heaven team above my head. I also have a Jindan download, which means golden light bulb. When I flow a book, they tell me, share the one sentence secret. Then they borrow my mouth and they flow out a new one sentence secret. I love to share heaven's one-sentence secrets. The one-sentence secret for forgiveness practice is: forgiveness practice is one of the most sacred and the most powerful ways to remove soul, mind, body blockages in order to transform all life. Knowing this one-sentence secret of forgiveness practice, I wish every reader would pay great attention to forgiveness practice. Now, let us prepare to practice together. Another title says that practice is vital. When you read any of my books, you may see various phrases repeated in a practice. Some of you may think, oh, I know this already, and quickly pass it by. You would miss the most important part of the book. To only read the teaching is not enough. To put the teaching into practice is the key. Therefore, when I ask you to stop reading and do 5 minutes of practice, do not skip the practice and rush to read the paragraphs that follow. The practice is to have a personal experience. The experience could give you an aha moment. The experience could give you a wow moment. The practice could give you deep insight. The practice could transform your Shen Qi Jing to a Shen Qi Jing of Tao. Every aspect of life could be transformed. I truly emphasize practice. One of the most powerful teachings from Shakyamuni is also known as the Buddha, or simply Buddha, is about practice. One day, Shakyamuni found Amitabha, an ancient Buddha from billions of years ago. Amitabha was emperor during that time. After he met his spiritual father, he quit his emperor position. He made 48 big vows. He created a spiritual world in heaven named Pure Land. In this pure land, or world of most happiness, there is no fighting, no ego, and no attachment. Souls in the pure land chant and do practices, purification practices. They chant, they meditate, and purify daily. Amitabha has gathered countless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the other souls who believe in his teaching. Millions of people worldwide chant Amitabha. In the 18th of his 48 vows, Amitabha said, if any physical being chants my name before transitioning, I will come to bring this one to the pure land. Therefore, he has gathered countless souls in the pure land. His land is beyond powerful. Chanting Amitabha has served billions of people in history. Shakyamuni gave one of his most powerful teachings in 4 words, Nian Fu Chang Fu, which means chant a Buddha's name to become a Buddha. To become a Buddha is to reach the highest enlightenment. This is the highest goal in the Buddhist teaching. Melding with divine is the highest spiritual achievement in Christian teaching. In traditional Tao teaching, reaching Tao is the highest achievement. Other spiritual teachings may have different ways to express the highest achievement in one's spiritual journey. However, to become a Buddha, to melt with divine, and to reach Tao are all the same. They are simply different words that express the same achievement. Shakyamuni Fu teaching, chanting the Buddha's name to become a Buddha, is one of the most powerful teaching and practices in history. Billions of people in history worldwide have received many amazing healing results and the life transformation through this practice. How does this chanting Buddha to become Buddha works? The soul, mind, body science system can explain. Recall the secret process and path. Soul gives the message first. Then heart receives the message and delivers it to mind. Mind receives and leads energy. Energy flows and matter follows. To chant Amitofo is to give the message. When you chant Amitofo, Amitofo instantly appear in front of you to bless you. Unfortunately, most people have not opened their third eye or spiritual eye. Therefore, they cannot see these images. To chant Amitofo, to melt, is to melt your soul, heart, mind, and body with the soul, heart, mind, and body of Amitofo. Amitofo will is your will. Amitofo's mission is your mission. In soul, mind, body science system, to chant Amitofo is to melt your Shenqi Jing with the Shenqi Jing of Amitofo. Chant, chant, chant this sacred mantra. Your Shenqi Jing, which is soul, heart, mind, and the body, will be transformed further and further. This is the purpose of chanting Amitofo. Finally, after chanting lifetime after lifetime, you may completely transform your Shenqi Jing to the Shenqi Jing of Amitofo, and then you become Amitofo. Like Amitofo, you will have reached Tao. You will align completely with divine. You will have achieved the highest goal in your spiritual journey. Why is Buddha special? Why are major saints special? Why is divine special? Because when you or any human being or any soul calls them, they appear to bless your request. What are they doing? They are offering unconditional blessings, which are unconditional service. They are all unconditional universal servants. Amitofo has reached Tao. Amitofo's heart and will are one with the holy saints, with great saints in other realms, and with divine. When you chant Amitofo, the purity, love, forgiveness, compassion, light, kindness, generosity, humility, sincerity, honesty, grace, and the other characteristic of Buddhas, sense, the divine, and the Tao will transform your Shanqi Jing. They will remove all kind of blockages in your Jing Qi Shan. The scientific formula is S plus E plus M equals 1, has given us deep insight. S plus E plus M equal 1, but humanity cannot join S plus E plus M as 1. Beyond humanity, one will all things in countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes also cannot join S plus E plus M as 1. Therefore, humanity and one will all things are suffering. That's the reason for our sufferings. The sacred formula tells us that if S plus E plus M become 1, the Tao field is reached. Field. Tao is the 1 is the Tao field. 1 is Tao. Anyone who reaches 1 reaches Tao. To reach Tao is the long journey of purification. It could take hundreds and hundreds of thousands, even millions of lifetimes of practices to reach this condition. The Tao and Source formula of grand unification is the ultimate goal of humanity's soul journey. It is the ultimate goal of every soul's journey. Every soul can reach Tao. Every soul carries the nature of Tao. Because of blockages of Shen Qi Jing, soul and human beings cannot reach Tao. When we purify our soul, heart, mind, body by removing our blockages, we will then have a possibility and hope of reaching Tao. To understand the theory is important. The theory is wisdom, but to understand the wisdom is not enough. We have to put the wisdom into practice. The practice is also the wisdom. In soul, mind, body, science system teaching and in Tao teaching, the most important philosophy and principle in the Wu world and the Yu world is Tao creates yin and yang. Yin and yang join together to return to Tao. I will explain this highest philosophy further and further later in this book, as well as the future books. You will understand further and further. Wisdom and practices are yin and yang. See figure 6. I will show you the figure 6. The top part is the Tao and Yang and Yin. These are They have to join together to reach Tao. Because as long as we have duality, we cannot be one. Okay, where was I? Oh, in figure 6. Okay. To chant Amitofo is to practice. To chant Amitofo is to transform your soul, heart, mind, body to Amitofo's Shenqi Jing. Amitofo has reached Tao. Beloved Shakyamuni Fo taught his students to chant Amitofo. Billions of people have chanted Amitofo. Since Amitofo created the Pure Land billions of years ago, he has gathered countless souls there. They all chant Amitofo. Chant Buddha to become Buddha is one of the simplest and the most profound practices to lead you to one of the highest achievements. Shakyamuni Fo could not emphasize enough the importance of practice. He taught his followers to chant Amitofo non-stop. He did not teach them to chant for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or longer. He taught them to chant non-stop. I teach to chant for at least 5 minutes at a time, a few times a day. For chronic or life-threatening condition, chant for a total of 2 hours or more a day. We have to learn from Shakyamuni Fo teaching. We are learning from him at this moment. In summary, practice, practice, practice. We cannot practice enough. If you want to transform your relationships and your finances, if you want to improve your intelligence, if you want to become younger, if you want to prolong your life, and especially if you want to reach immortality, you must have a serious commitment and do serious practice. The more you practice, the more benefit you can receive. I emphasize again, practice, practice, practice. Secret formula for forgiveness practice. That's another title. Now I will lead you to do forgiveness practice. I will give you the secret way and formula. Be sure to memorize this formula. You can do this forgiveness practice anywhere, anytime, for healing the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies. You can do this forgiveness practice to transform your relationships, finances, children, and every aspect of life. For example, you may be upset or argue with your life partner, your children, your colleagues, your boss, your friend. Instantly do forgiveness practice. You could receive instant transformation. When you have health challenges or business challenges, do forgiveness practice. You will receive instant transformation. Therefore, the secret formula for forgiveness practice that giving to you now is for transforming every aspect of life. This forgiveness practice is a daily practice. This practice has no time limit. Do not practice only for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or even half an hour. Practice as much as you can. Spend more time doing forgiveness practice. Practice more times per day. Close your eyes and do forgiveness for 1 minute. No one will bother you. Do forgiveness practice while waiting in an airport. Do forgiveness practice during week or study break. Do forgiveness practice just before going to sleep. The moment you wake up, do forgiveness practice. Millions of people are searching for ancient wisdom. The ancient Confucius teaching from Kongzi, Mingzi, and many other saints is check 3 times if you have done anything wrong, including hurtful actions, improper behavior, improper words, or unpleasant thoughts. Check 3 times if you have done anything wrong, including anything that is hurtful to anyone. This sacred teaching of forgiveness is 3 times a day. This is a great wisdom and a practice. I always ask a student who read my books and join my workshop or retreats to do forgiveness practice. One day, I was with Dr. Peter Huduba, one of my disciples and a worldwide representative. Suddenly, he bowed to heaven. He did not say anything. I asked him what happened. He said, some unpleasant thoughts have come to my mind, my head. I bowed to heaven to ask for forgiveness. This was a great example of a divine channel disciplining himself. People have wrong thoughts all the time. If you do not do forgiveness practice, these wrong thoughts create negative karma. The more negative karma thoughts that you have, the more blockages there could be in any aspect of your life. Therefore, to do moment by moment forgiveness practice, like Peter Huduba. I told Peter at that time, the unpleasant thought is not from your mind. It is another soul that affected you. In my teaching, it does not matter if the wrong thoughts comes from your head or from another influence. Do forgiveness practice regardless. The secret formula for forgiveness practice as follows. Apply the 4 power techniques. Body power. You can sit, stand, or lie down. Put 1 palm on your lower abdomen below your navel. Put the other palm over your heart. Soul power. Say hello to inner souls. You can repeat after me. Dear soul, mind, body of all my systems, organs, cells, DNA, RNA, tiny matter inside my cells, and spaces inside my body. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. You have the power to remove soul, mind, body blockages. 4. Make a request at this time for anything you wish to receive. You can ask for healing for your knees, hypertension, headache, heart, immune system, depression, or anger. You can make any request for healing of your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical bodies. You can also request a relationship blessing, mentioning the name or names of those with whom you wish the blessing. Mention any organization you need support from or any blessing that you wish to request. There is no limitation. Say hello to other souls, dear divine and thou, dear heaven, Mother Earth, dear countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. Dear all kind of spiritual fathers and mothers on Mother Earth and in heaven. Please forgive my ancestors and me for the mistakes we have made in all lifetimes. In order to be forgiven, we will serve humanity unconditionally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Might power, visualize golden light shining in the area where you request healing. Chant, divine and thou, forgive my ancestor and me for the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, I'm gonna do this forgiveness practice to the top of our by 7, and then after doing this forgiveness practice, and that there are people that who share their experiences, and I don't know, perhaps I would read it later next week. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetime. Please close your eyes and sing it with me. And heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestor and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive me and my ancestors for any mistakes that we have done in all lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in all lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. Divine and thou, forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have done in our lifetimes and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in our lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in our lifetimes. And heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in our lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. So we just want to make sure that we are doing it sincere, with a sincere heart, not only not our mouth working and our mind is somewhere else. We need to be in the condition, really ask for forgiveness for ourselves and for our ancestors, for all the mistakes that we have done in our lifetimes. Heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have done in our lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in our lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have made in our lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you, divine, and forgive my ancestors and me for all the mistakes that we have done in our lifetimes, and heal and rejuvenate me. Thank you. So we did good, almost 8 minutes, but it needs to be, it's very simple, but we need to do it more often, very, very much. Any minute that we get the chance, we need to do it. And I would read one paragraph, perhaps two. Master Shah says that offloading this book while teaching a dog retreat in Ramsau, Austria. All of the students joined together to do forgiveness practice for 10 minutes. After closing the forgiveness, I asked if anyone would like to share his or her experience. Following is what several participants share. Someone shares, I have been going through purification with my throat and the vocal cords since February. It has become more active in the last few days. When I did the forgiveness practice, I requested blessing for my throat, vocal cords, and the root blockages there. Instantly, I felt much better. In my third eye, I saw saints walking around the room and removing blockages from everyone. The divine and the Tao temples were blessing us, the source blessing us. Say hello healing is an incredible practice. Even though it is a self-healing practice, Master Shah's soul and all heavens support this practice because of Master Shah's high spiritual standing. When he writes any instruction, such as heal yourself, in a book, this is a soul order. Heaven, divine Tao, and the source support and respond to that request. My blockages were removed. I feel 90% better. David Lush. Another person shares, I made a request for healing of tension in my back and shoulder. As soon as I started to repeat, say hello, Breathing, I saw waves of light in those areas increasing in brightness. The tension dissipated considerably during the forgiveness practice. The pain is about 80% less than what it was before the forgiveness practice. Thank you, Master Sha. I'm very grateful. Maya Maki. Another person, because small small chairs are often too big for me. I can be uncomfortable sitting for long period of time. I experience pain in shoulder, and I just now had intense pain in the left shoulder. I focused there during the forgiveness practice. Amazingly, the pain completely left. It's an extremely powerful practice, even though it's so simple. I encourage everyone to do it. It's so easy and it works. Thank you, Master Shah. Terry, Netherlands. Somebody else says, I'm rarely angry, but I sometimes awaken with my jaw and fist clenched. I'm realizing I have anger at deep layer. My skin is burning as well. If I do become angry, my eyes turn red also. This is a new experience for me. It's actually really beautiful because I'm becoming very aware of the anger within me. My skin was burning when we started the forgiveness practice. In the short time, there was a huge cooling effect, and I experienced a deep inner calmness. We tend to forget that the simplest practices can be the most powerful. Thank you, Master Shah. That was HB, was this Netherlands. I finished reading the last shared. The forgiveness practice was extraordinary. I have been suffering from neurodermatitis for over 20 years. During the practice, I felt my love reaching my skin. I immediately saw bright light going into every cell. I had severe itchiness, which was noticeably improved. 2 weeks ago, I read a story about someone who had a self-healing process, psoriasis. With this practice, I chanted for one whole day, and I experienced some relief. I'm happy that heaven reminded me of this. I would like to promise myself to be steadfast in my practice. Thank you. And didn't say the name. Okay, so we will leave, we finish on page 84, and then we continue reading it next week. Please be with me, join me. I love you, honor you, and I appreciate you for being with me. And tomorrow night, we are not going to have the power of positive information because I'll be attending Master Shah's, teleconference. I love you, honor you, appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Good night. Bye.